Hello everyone and welcome to the hands-on demo on Amazon Cognito. So in this demo we will create an Amazon Cognito user pool, then we will configure app integration, we will set up user pool policies, we will create a test user and we will test the authentication flow, and finally we will clean up all the resources that we have created. So this is the demo overview. So first we create a user pool. So user pool basically sets up basic sign-in options. Then it will configure security, then it will define attributes and set up an app client. After that, we will configure the app integration, which will set up the hosted UI. Then it will configure OAuth 2.0. It will define some callback URLs. Thirdly, we have set up user pool policies, which will have password policy, multi-factor authentication settings, and account recovery options. And finally, we will be in test phase where we create a test user, define username, set email address and generate a temporary password, and after that we will test the authentication flow by using the hosted UI. We will sign in with the test user and we will verify that redirection to the callback URL works. So step 1, to create a user pool in Amazon Cognito. So I am at console home. I am working in North Virginia, US East 1 region, and I will search for Cognito. So click on Cognito. So on the home page of Cognito, click on Create User Pool and select the default Cognito user pool and select username and email. Username requirements, so you can just keep it default, that uncheck it, allow users to sign in with a preferred username and make username case sensitive, and click on next. So you can there are two provider types. One is Cognito user pool, another one is federated identity providers, where users can sign in using credentials from other social identity providers like Facebook, Google, Amazon and Apple. But herein we will be creating a user pool, so we will create a user directory which will contain user IDs. So click on next. For the password policy, keep default Cognito defaults, and this is the default password policy. Under multi-factor authentication, select no MFA, and so we have done this. And you can select self-service account recovery, so you can enable this setting, and delivery method for user account recovery message, so just keep email only. So click on next and then configure sign up experience, so you can select keep it default, enable self registration, and under the attribute verification and user account confirmation, keep the default, allow Cognito to automatically send messages to verify and confirm, recommended, which is recommended, and attributes to verify, send email message, verify email address. So second option, which is the default. And verifying attribute changes, keep original attribute value active when update is pending, so recommended and email address. So all default settings. And additional required attributes, so no other change, so just required attributes based on previous selection is email, so there is no additional required attributes, but you can take a look. And custom attributes, just keep default, click on next. For the email, you can select the second option, send email with Cognito, so it will use the simple email service, and just keep the default from email address. Click on next. Then user pool name, so we have done all this. So I'll copy the user pool name from the demo and select the hosted authentication pages, use the Cognito hosted UI. So this is build hosted sign up, sign in and OAuth 2.0 service endpoints in Amazon Cognito. When this feature is not enabled, use Cognito API operations to perform sign up and sign in. So this offers a hosted UI wherein it will let you do a sign up and sign in. And under domain, use the Cognito domain. So you have to provide a domain, Cognito domain. So this will be universally unique. So if there is a conflict, you just change this value. So I'll take this particular value. So it is available. And under initial app client, keep the default app type, which is public client, and enter a client name. So I'll just call it my demo app client. And client secret, just keep default, don't generate a client secret. And callback URLs. So enter at least one callback URL. This is mandatory to redirect user back to after authentication. So it will come to the hosted UI for you sign up and sign in. After that is successful, this will be the URL that it will go back. So this is typically the URL for the app. So in case you have a custom app, that will receive the authorization code issued by Cognito. So you may use HTTPS URLs as well as custom URL schemes. So for this, I'll just use example.com. This is available for testing. So you can also use the same setting. Okay, and rest all is fine. So these are other settings, but we will not be changing any of it. Okay, probably, okay, OpenID connect scope. So I'll just talk about that. So tags, okay. So this I will change later on. Then you can just click on next. So this will create our user pool. So just review and create. So everything looks good, and create user pool. So the user pool is successfully created. So next we'll see the app integration settings. So once the user pool is created, just click on the user pool, and if you go inside app integration, so under hosted UI customization, no, I think this is under app clients and analytics. So you go under my demo app client, and inside the hosted UI, we'll just check out the values. So this is correct, and so herein, if you have a sign out URL, you can provide the sign out URL. So I'll just show you how it looks like. So whenever you have some app, you will be having some sign out, so that session is invalidated. So I'll click on sign out URL. So herein you will make all the changes under your user pool and the client, and callback URL is already there. So identity providers is Cognito user pool, and OAuth to 0 grant types. So choose at least one OAuth grant type to configure how Cognito will deliver token to this app. So we have populated suggested options based on the type you selected. But if you choose this, if you just click on, so you have one more, which is implicit grant, that specified that the client should get the access token and optionally ID token based on scopes directly. So I'll just select this also, and this is the setting is fine. This is OpenID connect scopes. So this is email, OpenID, and phone number, and just click on save changes. So now we will create a user, and we will test out our this simulated app. So under demo user pool, if you click again, because now we are in the app client. So if you come here, you will see the users, groups, sign in experience. So whatever you want to modify for your application, you will come to the respective tab, and you will have to modify the attribute accordingly. So we have done the app integration part and user pool properties. So we'll just do the first part now. We'll create a user. So click on create user and so select email and select the second option, send an email invitation, username, email address. So I'll just you provide any email which you have access to. So mark email address as verified and temporary password, generate a password. So we'll use this password for the first time self registration. So this will be sent to the user and then user will log into the application and the user will be asked to create a new password. So click on create user. Okay, user has been successfully created. So under users tab you will see our so this is the directory that we are creating. So in this case this is our identity provider. Then check email for password. So I have got the temporary password. Now we will be testing out the whole functionality. So for this you have to click the hosted UI because that will give the whole URL. So for this you have to go to, so I'll just close all this and under demo user pool. So I'll just show once again. So under user pools, demo user pool, sign up experience, and under sign up experience, okay, it's under app integration. So under app integration, click on the app client, and once you click the app client, so under hosted UI, so you will see a button view hosted UI. So this will open in a new tab automatically. So click that. So as you can see, it has this is how it looks like, my demo auth, right? And this was the this was given by amazoncognito.com, and after successful login it will go back to our example.com. So now I will log in with the test user and copy the password. So now it will ask for a new password. So change password and click on send. So you can see this has gone to the callback URL. So this is what so what was happening was, you go to the hosted UI that will offer the functionality that is only for test purposes or development purposes. So once you have the hosted UI, but in real world you will have your own, probably you will call the APIs, or if you have your own application you will be calling the API of Cognito to perform the user authentication. So because you cannot it may not look good that you provide the default login page and all, so you will develop your own custom page. You will call the Cognito API to authenticate the user. Once the user authentication is successful, then you can redirect back to your own application. So we have seen this. Okay, now only a part is left is to clean up. So in this case there is only one which we have to delete, which is the demo user pool. So I come to the Cognito and click on user pools, select this and click on delete. You can select both this, delete Cognito domain and deactivate deletion protection. Copy the name and click on delete. So the user pool has been successfully deleted. So if I refresh, it is gone. And that's all. Thanks for watching.